Hey guys, welcome back to Movie King Production Channel. My name is Bruno Cisneros, and today's video I'll be sharing my thoughts on black and white films that I watched recent months. And these are my favorite black and white movie that I watched in thus far in the year of 2022. But also like this year, 2022, has been my goal to watch more black and white film as I can. I'm still currently doing the 25 film challenge, aka 25 black and white films. I'm halfway done with it. There's some good ones out there, but there's some great ones that I decided to share you guys. This could take as recommendation as well, so let's get right into it. The first one of the bad is Woman Holiday, starring Pate and Audrey Hepburn, and I believe this is directed by William Wyler. It's a wonderful, wonderful, charming, delightful film about a princess played by Audrey Hepburn who wants to get out of this world that she lives in, that she did not like the way she lives in. She wants to get out of the world, and she meets her pet character who was just wandering around in the town of Rome. Built up a friendship, and it became more of a friendship. And it's just we see the story between those two characters having conversation and the shenanigans they go through, and just becoming friends. Something about this movie just brings a big smile on my face. It really does. When this movie ends, I was having a big smile on my face, and also let me speechless how great this film is. I was glued to the characters, I was glued to the story, and I was glued to the world that they lived in, and how you were rooting for them to be together, or something like that. And it's just a wonderful little film that there's not a lot going on. There's no action pieces. It's just about the characters, focusing on the characters. And that's the main job of the Woman Holiday, is focusing on the characters. And that's the main reason why I love about this movie is the characters. The character is so well written and so well played out. And just you just believe them and you just fell in love with them. Especially with Audrey Hepburn characters, you just fell in love with it. Not only she's a great actress, but she played this character so wonderfully. And I love the dialogue, and I love everything about the dialogue in this movie. It felt natural, and just you just believe them, the friendship that they building on. Yeah, Woman Holiday, I highly recommend. This has my highest recommendation. Wonderful, wonderful film. Yeah, Woman Holiday. Another film directed by William Wyler, The Heiress, starring what's her name? Olivia de Havilland. Yes, to play the main actress in the film. And this is another example that takes place in a period of time and just focusing the characters. This is such a unique, well, I won't say unique, but it's a very well told story that I'm trying to say about this young woman right here who fell in love with this man, but her dad does not approve the man. Her dad, felt something suspicious about this man that she's fell in love with. And the dad does not want her to marry him, so she fell apart with her dad, and she wanted to fall in love with the man, but something happened, yada yada yada. It is feel like it is a soap opera at times, but it is a riveting film for me to watch as I see her character grow. Her character growth is something most satisfying film I've seen. I love seeing a character having a much growth over the one time, and this is a film that you can see that her character growth and how she matured. Just a brilliant direction. I love the production design, and the costume is so beautifully made, and we can tell that they're in that era they're in, and Olivia played wonderfully by this character. She's an incredible actor. This is the type of actress I have not seen much, but I believe this is my introduction to Olivia de Havilland, and I really want to see her more of her films that she starred in, and she really impressed me in this film. You immediately buy this character that she plays in. Similar to Woman Holiday, I love the way William Wyler directed this film. It is slow at times, but I was never bored by it, because I knew I was watching a time period piece. But it's more than a period piece. It's about the character and the drama goes behind it, and the trust, and and the suspicion about this man. And there's so much layers going on in the movie that had me glued to the screen and just keep watching it. How I want to know how it's gonna end, how what's gonna happen to that, what's gonna happen to the character, and how it. I want to know how it's gonna play out, and I loved it. I really did, and I prefer Woman Holiday a tip more than the Harris, but it's still a great film and highly recommend. Even I mean, not a lot of people is into the period piece, drama movies. I'm actually kind of into it, but I actually kind of recommend this if you're not into period pieces. But hey, give this movie a chance. I really highly recommend. I do not own the title on physical copy because it is available on Blu-ray, but I haven't gone around checking it out. I saw it on DVD. That is The Shop Around the Corner, starring James Stewart and directed by I believe Ernest Lubitsch. This is a Christmas movie, and we're in the month of September, and slowly starting to be the month of October really soon. It is a Christmas movie. I did not know it was a Christmas movie, but it was a James Stewart movie. I really want to check out more James Stewart films in black and white. I just didn't know it was a Christmas movie, so it is a Christmas movie. So my mistake. I should have watched it in the month of December, but oh well. I might be watching that movie again in the month of December and show it to my grandma. Hopefully that'll happen. But James Stewart is great as always. He is wonderful, and this is another charming little film. Really fun to watch and really breezy and cozy film to watch about this man who worked in the little shop like a Macy's, almost like a Macy's type of shop, and a new girl came in, and they have this banter about this kind of rivalry esque, and then this man James Stewart had been writing letter to a mystery girl who happened to be that girl, but the girl doesn't know that it was James Stewart, and yeah, and the hilarious, charming little film ensues. I really love this movie. I really do. It's a wonderful little film that has so many things going on that it make you feel relaxed to watch because it's so much fun. It's a fun black and white film, a very short and tight, but at the same time, it's just so easy to watch because it's a calm little film. It's a very calm little film. It's about the characters, and we see James Stewart character go through and this girl go through and just figuring it out. And it's a really wonderful little film that I highly recommend watching in December, not in September or August, whenever I watch that film. I believe I saw it in the month of August, during the summer. So, but anyways, The Shop Around the Corner is wonderful. I highly recommend. And there's a remake called You Got Mail, which is somewhat the same plot as remake starring Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan. But I actually prefer The Shop Around the Corner a little bit more. But I do enjoy You Got Mail. But I actually prefer The Shop Around the Corner. So I highly recommend that film for just a fun black and white film. The next three are Cindy Poitier films. This is the type of actor I adore and want to watch more of. He is an incredible actor, wonderful actor, and I just recently saw his documentary called Cindy about his life and his career as an actor and show his filmography. And, when he passed away, that I knew I want to watch more of his films. So I watched I watched 5 films from him this year. But these 3 that I'm going to talk about are the standouts of this year thus far. The first one is Slender Thread. Obviously starring Cindy Poitier, but also starring Anne Bancroft, who was in the film The Graduate, starring Dustin Hoffman. And this is the film directed by Sidney Pollack. And this is a great, intense little film. It's about Cindy Poitier character who volunteered to the crisis center, and out of nowhere, a mystery call. And she called this person who happened to be played by Anne Bancroft, who took some pills, and it's basically throughout the whole film that Cindy Poitier trying to convince this woman to stay alive and not to do this and don't do this. It's crazy, and trying to keep her alive. And there's cops involved trying to find her, and it's all about intensity going on, and it grips you because you're rooting for Cindy Poitier character to trying to make her convinced to stay alive and trying to keep with her, and then Anne Bancroft character trying to keep telling a story about her life and how she struggles and all that, and it's about this conversation between these two just made it so intense to watch, yes, so riveting to watch. All that's going on, it just makes me pay attention to the screen and pay attention to what's going on and the conversation that's going on that makes it so thrilling to watch. I mean, listening to the conversation between those two characters just made the film 10 times more intense because you're trying to know that if she's going to be alive or not. It's about that suspense is killing for Cindy Pate character, just trying to help her, just trying his hardest to help her. There's so many great things about it. I don't want to spoil what's going to happen in the third act of the movie. It's very intense stuff, and I highly recommend it. Cindy Pate gave a wonderful performance in this film. Great film. Yeah, I highly recommend. Release of the film is directed by Ralph Nelson. This is the film that Cindy Pate won for an Academy Award in the actor in the leading role in this film. So clearly, after watching this movie, yeah, I can understand why he won an Oscar. It's a wonderful performance, really powerful, yes, really calming performance. It's about a man who's just on his road trying to go somewhere, and he's trying to make a pit stop to get gas for the car. And then this group of nuns who thinks that he is a savior and he's gonna stay with them to help them and all that. And the nuns want him to build a church. And the man, Cindy Pate, does not want it. He just made a pit stop and just want to go. But the nun convinced him to stay and trying to help her. And then it's a win-win for them because Cindy Pate character trying to help them to speak English, but also at the same time, Cindy Pate trying to help them build a church. And it's a very calming film. Something about this movie is just very calming. It's not like a masterpiece. I wouldn't say it's a masterpiece, but it's a great little film. Really charming to watch. There's so many great moments that just it did bring a big smile on my face, honestly. Especially when Cindy Pate trying to teach them how to speak English, and and the song Amen. I mean, if you see this movie, you know what I'm talking about, right? This is the film that I really want to see because this is the film that Cindy Pate won for an Oscar. And he is well deserved. Very well deserved. A Raisin in the Sun. Oh man, this film is phenomenal. But the standout in the film is certainly the performance by Cindy Pate, which I think he should have won for, not Lily for the Field. I think Raisin in the Sun is the Oscar-worthy performance and Oscar-winning deserving performances. Cindy Pate character has so many layers and just so many things that's going on with his life, and trying to keep the family together. It's about this African American family who lives in a very small, decent sized apartment, and then something happened and that received a insurance that something will make them happen that they want to get out of the apartment. But it's about this tension between Cindy Pate character and the grandmother, and just about how they're gonna use the financial check, the life insurance check, and how they're gonna use it. The grandmother wants a beautiful big house for everybody to live in, and just want that. But there's a lot of tension, and that's what makes the film so great. Is the tension between the families and their lives and the struggles they've been through, and how Cindy Pate was have a point in view, and just it's a well-made film. But the performances is what makes the film a standout. The performances all across the board is incredible, and it made it so engaging to watch because I love how Cindy Pate acted in this movie. It felt real and raw and just natural at the same time. You feel for him, and you just emotionally invested to the character and the story. It's a masterpiece. It's a wonderful film. It's just please watch this movie. It's phenomenal. Marty starring Ernest Borgnine and Betsy Blair, and this is the Best Picture winner. And this movie floored me. This film is relatable. Relatable to a sense it's about this man who's in the 30s and something missing in his life that he wanted to accomplish but did not. He had a very reasonable job, but he wanted to do something more of. He's single, and his mother trying to get a girl for him. That didn't happen. And then Marty came across with Betsy Blair character who immediately fell in love with, and things changed for him for the better, basically, because Marty, the character, finally had the girl that he fell in love with. It's a beautiful tale. It's a really beautiful tale about this man just finally found something that he can do to live for in life. And one main reason why I love this movie because it's so relatable. I feel the same way because I've always wanted to have a girlfriend. That never happened. I'm still single, and every day I've been telling myself, what I'm gonna do in my future and all that. That's exactly what happened with Marty, the character. He's just trying to figure out what the future is gonna be like. That he wants to do something more, and it's a really great film about that. You immediately care about the character and the whole situation that he's going through, and it's a beautiful tale, and it's a beautiful love story. It is. It really is. It's a beautiful love story that you immediately buy Ernest Borgnine character and the situation that he's been going through and trying to figure out life. And it's a beautiful story. It almost feels like a slice of life going on that just, it clicks with me. It's a story that clicks with me because I'm kind of going through that. Even though he's 30s, I'm 23 years old. I'm still single. I just recently graduated from college and I'm just trying to figure it out and trying to find a job and all that. It's been a really tough situation going on with me. But I'm doing okay. But I want to have a girlfriend. I really do. I'm still single and that's why I love this movie because it's so relatable and I love the love story going on between Marty and Betsy Black character that I keep forgetting her character name. Clara, or Clara, whichever you want to pronounce it. Beautifully directed film, beautifully performed by Ernest Borgnine. Just, I highly recommend this. It's a wonderful, wonderful film. Lastly but not least, this film blew me away. It floored me. Immediately went up to one of my favorite first time watches of 2022 so far. Possibly my number one, number two. It's probably in the top 5. We have Bunny Lake is Missing, directed by Otto Preminger. Wow. I'm not gonna give away what the plot of this movie or what the story goes on. It's about Bunny Lake Missing. It's about a mother who trying to find his missing daughter. That's it. And that's the only plot I'm gonna give to because there's so much going on there. There's so many layers and depths going on in this movie that keep you guessing what's going to happen. And this is a type of film that is so great that it makes me guessing what's gonna happen. Like, oh my god, what's gonna happen? Like, I want you to know what's gonna happen next, and after that, and hopefully, hopefully a mother can reunite with her daughter, and it's a film that will keep you guessing, but at the same time, just you just don't know what's gonna happen. You just don't know and you emotionally invested with the character trying to find her daughter. I loved it. It's wonderful. I'm not gonna say much. I'm just saying that I love this movie, and this has my highest recommendation. I freaking love this movie. There's no Blu-ray available in the United States, but you can get the indicated release. It is region free, by the way, so you don't have to worry about it being region B locked because it's a UK import. Highly recommend this movie. It is a wonderful, wonderful film. Just at times so intense, as time engages you, and just it's a thoroughly engaging film done by Otto Preminger. I loved it. I really do. I highly recommend Bunny Lake is Missing. There you have it, guys. Those are the black and white films that I saw in the past couple of months that immediately became a favorite of mine. You can take this as a recommendation that I mentioned all the films that I talk about in this video. Have a good one. Take care.